The actual design has leaked via Apple, all but confirmed.
New AirPods rumors have came out today, and also a few new pictures have came out as well, but I'm just going to talk about all the new rumors that came out today. Some we already know of, and I've already talked about some, but
at this point, AirPods Pro feel like they're so close. They feel like they're just around the corner because more source.
Anyways, starting with AirPods 3. So this actually leaked in iOS 13.2, the first beta. A glyph was found in the accessibility section in regards to a new focus mode, and
did you guys hear that?
Hi, I'm Matthew and I want to share with you my review for the AirPods almost a year later. I first heard about the AirPods Pros when about May of 2019, before they'd been released. And I heard the rumours that Apple had like confirmed like product code with like the EU registering whatever it is, that so they can be like brought into the public so that the public can use them, and that they'd confirmed that they're going to release AirPods Pro. And I remember thinking, well, I need some AirPods because my current AirPods, which were the first generation of AirPods, battery wasn't lasting longer than an hour, so I knew I was due for a pair anyway. So there was a lot of rumours about the AirPods Pros. How it could have a silicone tip on it, it's going to have noise cancellation, it's going to have, you know, wireless charging like the AirPods 2s, it's going to have transparency mode, it's going to have like health features in the ears. I remember all them rumours and thinking, you know, this is going to be like an amazing pair of earphones that no one else has released yet, so it'd be good to be first with them. So I remember around about September, when Apple had just released the iPhone 11s, 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max.
Introducing iPhone 11 Pro.
And no sign of an AirPod was really no news of an AirPod was released. So I was kind of thinking, right, okay, like, you know, they're obviously not coming out this year then. And then I remember that normally Apple do an October event sometimes, and I was thinking, well, maybe they have it in October instead. But I can't remember if they had an October event or not, but it didn't happen on it. Instead, what they did was they released it as like a press release. So basically the news finds out about it first, then like they post it on the website, and that's it. It spreads from there. Like they don't need they advertise it maybe, and then that's it. They won't like do a show about it or anything like that. And I remember being on that day thinking, yes, they finally released them. And I was really excited about them because although they were AirPods, they were really expensive AirPods, so they were kind of heading into like Bose and Beats territory, like that kind of quality, and I already had 2 pairs of Beats anyway. So I remember thinking, is it going to beat it, or if I just bought something that, you know, it's just going to do the same thing as what my Beats does? So I remember thinking overall that convinced me to get them is they're not big and like chunky around your head. You can just stick these in the rear. They're great for the gym, they're great for like when you're walking about, and they're not that massive as well, because I don't like walking down streets and stuff with massive headphones on, because I don't know, it's easier for someone to like just take them off your head, isn't it? So didn't like the idea of that. And I remember these AirPods would be good anyway, like thinking they're going to be amazing for them purposes. So I remember first trying them and being like, wow, they do power a lot of like bass, a lot of like different melodies. They do produce good sound quality, there's no doubt about that when they work.
I bought my AirPods Pro about a month ago, and very quickly I noticed that there was a rattling sound. Whether I would walk, jog, or jump, I would hear it. It sounded like something physically bouncing around inside the AirPods Pro.
months into having my AirPods Pros, I have somewhat of a defect. And there is a Apple support like community page, and there's also a Reddit page. There's like 2 videos on YouTube, so that's why I'm making this video, help you guys out. So I don't know how I got this, but the right AirPod seems to have a defect, sort of like a static rattling issue.
Well, I just discovered a pretty big annoyance, and I'm actually, oh, this is super annoying. I can hear it now while I'm speaking. There's this buzzing sound inside of my left head earphone.
3 months later, about just after Christmas, I started getting a rattling in the right AirPod, and that's unusual for a product that's like literally only 3 months old. I had dropped them maybe once, but it wasn't enough to start creating like a rattling, and it was on a carpet as well, so really wasn't like, I wouldn't even class it as like a drop. And I started getting the rattling, and I remember thinking, because I was using the AirPods as my primary earphone / headphone like device sort of thing, so I remember thinking, you know, like, I don't want to go back to the Beats, because the Beats, although I did use them, but I didn't use them nowhere near as much as I was using the AirPods. So when they started getting that rattling, I remember thinking like, oh no, are they breaking already? So I originally contacted Apple. In fact, no, sorry, I watched a load of YouTube videos, and basically each and every one was just like, you know, do this in the settings, reset them, you know, press the button on the back, like take them off the Bluetooth list and then reset them again. It didn't do nothing. It felt like a hardware problem. However, I did my research, and basically Apple obviously update the firmware in them. So obviously it's not software because it hasn't got a screen, so it's a firmware, and they do that every now and again to like kill any potential like bugs that are on it, such as like, you know, maybe an AirPod doesn't work, and it's like a common issue between all like AirPod users, or like maybe noise cancellation doesn't work or something like that, or it could even improve something like make noise cancellation sound better. So the firmware had just been updated and my AirPods started sounding funny. So I remember putting 2 and 2 together and thinking, well, obviously the firmware's made my AirPod worse. And it wasn't just a little rattling in the ear, it was like you'd listen to a song and it was like someone was tapping on your AirPod like constantly. That's what it sounded like. And I remember thinking, I can't deal with this. So contacted Apple, and they put me through a load of different options of do this, do that, do this, do that. And I remember having to like do this setting where it erases all your settings so that no matter what you've set up on your AirPods, it all gets reset. Did that, and it reset everything like setting wise on my phone. So like all my alarms had disappeared, Apple Pay had disappeared, like all of the stuff that like you'd set up that's not like apps, but everything that's in the apps had gone back to how they originally were. And I remember thinking, oh, this is annoying, this is really annoying, because it didn't even help my AirPod anyway. But I do want to stress that when the AirPods did work, they were good, but the fact that they didn't work after 3 months just came out on top of that, and it just made me forget about how good they were. It just ruined its reputation of being good, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, then contacted Apple obviously, and they were saying do this, do that, and I said, look, I've erased all my settings because of it and it hasn't done anything. Is there any other options? And they were like, well, you can get a replacement one, because obviously you're still in your 1-year warranty. So I was like, oh, brilliant. You have to pay £79 up front on your card, and then once they've checked that the original one that you're sending off is fine, they'll refund it back. So went through that, it was completely fine, and I was happy again because the AirPod was working. It wasn't too difficult to reconnect an AirPod as well to the other AirPod. It was pretty simple, and there was like instructions in the replacement one on how to do it, so I was quite happy with that. But yeah, and then fast forward to about 2 to 3 weeks ago, the left side started doing it, and it just brought all that stress back, and I just thought, why is it doing this? It hasn't even been a year, and the AirPods are already, like, one's gone through it and been replaced, and now I'm gonna have to do it with the other one. So I was really annoyed. Luckily, I obviously have my Beats, and I bought some Solo Pros as well, because they're not that long, just came out, and wanted to try them as well, because I like the Studio 3s of the Beats. However, they are really big and they do go over years. I want something a little bit more smaller, and it's got the perks of Studio 3, which is exactly what that has. And they're brilliant, really like them. But yeah, after that, so at this current position, I haven't yet contacted Apple because I just do not want to go through that stress again. But I will have to, obviously before my 1 year warranty, because I think it's £79 you've got to pay, but obviously I won't get that back. And I've already paid £249 like last October for the pair in the first place. And that is like an expensive pair of AirPods when you look at actually like what it is. However, it might not look much, but it does do a good job. But I can't stress, it does do a good job when it works. When you've gone through the stress of like one AirPod not working and then the other AirPod not working, it just doesn't matter. Like, you shouldn't be doing it, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's my review, like how I feel about the AirPods at the moment. And I wouldn't have made this video if it wasn't for the fact that I've had the same problem twice. And many people who watch this might be thinking, well, you might just have had like a faulty pair of AirPods, and I get that. However, it's only done it when Apple have updated the firmware, which has got nothing to do with the hardware of the AirPod. So it makes me think, is it more common than I'm aware of? Plus, a lot of people are making videos about the issues that these are having. So it makes me think, is it a more common than what it is? But yeah, it's really stressful and it's really annoying, but yeah, that's my thoughts on the AirPod Pros. They're amazing when they work, and they're stressful when they don't. But yeah, if anyone owns any AirPod Pros and has, you know, had similar like experience as me, or yous have been completely fine, comment down below. I do want to see like what yous have been going through with them, see if there is anything, or if there's any other different issues or anything. It's always good to know. But yeah, I can't wait to hear that. Also, again, we are on social media if you want to follow us. So it's FOSTA Official on Instagram and it's FOSTA on Facebook. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.